Hi, I'm Damini Celebrate, and this is Connect In. Connect In is a weekly broadcast to talk about ways that we can get out of our twirly head and back into our heart. When we come back into our heart, we can be guided by our inner wisdom and kind of live a life where we are our best, brightest self. So, welcome. So, connecting in is not just a tool, it's almost like it's almost like a lifestyle, if you will. It is a way to live your life where you are guided not by your intellect or not by the shoulda, woulda, couldas, but more about how do you find what feels right for you and let that navigate your life? So, yes, of course, at first it's a tool. And then after that, it becomes muscle memory. And today I thought I'd just talk about a few ways that connecting in is really important. So, we have been, for most of us, have been um, more reclusive than we normally are, or more limited socially than we have been in other times of our lives. And there's some interesting things happening. We're communicating mostly through social media, so that's kind of a barrier, right? Or a protective barrier, if you will. And then we have our groovy masks on. And here in the East Coast, it's been kind of chilly. So then you got your hat and your mask, and whether or not you have glasses on, then you're kind of looking at the world in this really narrow way. And that's a really interesting thing to think about that are not only are we at home more, or we're not we're more internal in our process right now, but we're also really protected. And so two things can happen when you're really protected. You could feel more comfortable. You can get kind of get clearer on what's important for you. You could kind of get rid of the distractions, or you can create more distractions and more clutter and more flutter, if you will, because sometimes coming in or being alone can be scary and challenging. Because when it's you, and you, there's there's more challenges. You're kind of left to yourselves. You're left to the what I call your inner critic or your two wolves, like who's chatting in your ear. The first peoples of the Americas have a story about two wolves, one on each shoulder. And one wolf is kind of talking about your goodness, and your other wolf is talking about all the things that are limitations for you. And the parable of the story, and clearly I'm paraphrasing here, but the parable of this story is, which wolf are you listening to? Are you listening to your chatty mind? Or are you listening to your heart? That's how I interpret this. And so, left to our own devices, and when we're not particularly in our bestest, brightest space, we can kind of touch into the things that we find limiting about ourselves, you know. Um, so there's the not good enough thing, but there's the holy shit, I've been home almost alone for a year and I look older. Okay, that's what I say to myself. I'm like, how did this happen? Right? And then you hear people talking about they've gained weight or they're watching too much TV or they're on chip binges or whatever those things are. And it's like it's a way to kind of soothe ourselves. And then what happens is we soothe ourselves, and then our chatty mind goes, wait, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. And it's like we could be our own worst taskmasters. And that is the bad wolf. That is what happens when we don't connect in to our heart. When we connect into our heart, we can come back to what is true and authentic for us. When we can connect into our heart, we have our internal navigation system, which is your heart's intuition that kind of guides our way. And our internal navigation system is often felt more than known. And let me take you through a little exercise of how it feels in your body, because I believe our body is kind of the compass, if you will, and that directional north arrow is the heart. And so our compass, our body, is the thing that allows us to know if we're going in the right direction or not. That makes sense? And so if you think about doing something that you really love, that really kind of lights you up and um, just puts a sparkle in your being, right? That's a yes. It's like when you know in your bones and in your flesh and in your heart that what you want to do is absolutely right. There's a feeling in your body. And it doesn't matter whether you are in contact with your intuition or not, right? We all have the skills. As mammals, there is an intuitive process where we know we are safe or not safe. Take that a little further, and you know when something is right for you or not. And this is a great way to kind of manage the good wolf, bad wolf, or manage the bad wolf and learn to honor your good wolf. And so if you think about like connecting in to something that really brings you joy, that could be anything, right? And connecting into something that brings you joy, there is a sense of ease and flow and timelessness. Like time just goes like that. When you're doing something that is not making your heart full, it feels like, 1 minute is 5 hours. Now, some people, I saw this joke not too long ago that said, what's longer, a minute, um, a minute waiting for the microwave or a minute on a treadmill? And they both seem really long. But if you're doing something you love, a minute goes like that. So when you come into your heart, right, there is this sense of ease and flow. And yes, when you connect in to your body, you don't need all this protection. I mean, all of this is about, do you feel open enough to be out in the world, right? To be out in the world as your best, brightest self. And that's an ebb and flow process. I totally own that and admit it. Vulnerability is a beautiful gift in our world. When we're going through life like this all the time, that's exhausting. And that's not often heart driven, right? It's kind of gotta, right? But when you're going through your heart, there is really so much more ease. And when you allow vulnerability to just to be present, like connecting to your heart and saying, yeah, you know what? I like all these protective things right now because I can come in and find out what is essential for my heart and kind of live it, be it for a little while. And so being connecting in isn't about being vulnerable. It's about knowing what feels right for you or not. And so the best way to connect in is to, when you feel that, oh, I don't really want to kind of be out there. I don't want to show everybody who I am. I don't want to show myself who I really am. That's when it's time to come back in to your heart and let your heart or your good wolf whisper your truth. Right? If you really kind of take a moment and come inside, and let's just do that for a minute, right? Take a moment and soften your eyes if you like. And just bring your awareness to your breath. Invite your breath to come into your body and bring some relaxation in, right? Breath naturally expands our body, you know, expanding lungs, expanding cells, expanding us. And then breathing out any stress or woulda, shoulda, couldas. And just notice how that feels in your body. And then bring your breath down to your belly. And allow your breath to fill up your belly. And notice what that does. Do you feel a little bit more inside yourself, a little bit more softer, a little bit more out of your head? Now bring your awareness to your breath again, in your head, in your belly, and bring your breath all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And in fact, take a moment and just feel where your body is touching the earth. So if you're at a desk in a chair, feel the weight of your body on the chair, feel your feet on the ground. If you're standing or lying down, just feel the weight of your body on the ground. The more you can get further away from your head via your body, the more you actually come inside. And so when you feel your feet on the ground, you actually kind of come all the way down. And how does that feel in your body? Yeah. Now think about something that you love, something that you love to do, and notice how that allows your body to shift, to change. You know, is there a little bit more curiosity or lightness or excitement? Just notice. And then notice if, and then bring to mind something that you just don't really like to do, right? Something that you think you have to do, but really it doesn't bring you any joy. What happens to your body there? Chances are there's a little bit more contraction, a little bit more tightness, right? And so the first part, where you find that kind of curiosity or joy or excitement, that mirrors the feeling in your body when you get a yes, like a full body yes, in your heart, in your belly, in your bones, yes. And then, the no is when you feel contracted, when you feel like you're not breathing as much. Right? Both of them feel energetically very different. So, in the comments, what does it feel like for you to connect into that full body yes, that heart yes? What does it feel like for you just to connect into your body, period, and your breath? I believe that our body is the roadmap, holds the roadmap for our transformation, our path to be our best, brightest self, that compass, if you will. But the heart is that arrow. So first, what you have to do is come into your body, out of your head, and into your body. And you do that simply by breathing. Breath, belly, feet. Yeah. And then feel for that yes. Like once you're inside your body, you can start feeling for that yes. Do I want to have a tofu sandwich today? Do I want a hamburger today? What feels right for you? Do I want to wear this or that? Do I want to go left or do I want to go right? The more you begin to trust how your body and heart are leading you, the more the more the more you practice, the more you'll trust. So I really invite you this week just to explore, like, do I want to use this pen or that pen? See where your heart is guiding you. So practice coming in, connecting in. Practice coming out of your head and coming back into your body. I know this sounds super, super, super simple, and it is. And the more we do it, the more muscle memory you can create, the more that you will trust where your heart is guiding you. And so this week, where's your heart guiding you? Do really, really simple things. Left, right. Do I eat this or that? Do I wear this or that? I mean, we do this already, you know, unconsciously. But, I was just looking at the flowers behind me. Never had full intentions of buying flowers at the store, but as soon as I pass them, it's like my body's like, oh, look, flowers. And so, which one? We do this, right? We're scanning. Which one gets our attention? Which one kind of lights us up, right? That's what's super, super important. That's how we start to find where our heart yes is going. So for the next week, just find out what lights up you, what lights up your heart, what lights up your body. Connect in to that internal compass of your body. And I love to know what this experience is like for you. What feels right? What feels heartful for you? Yeah, you like the rhythm of the ocean. Yes. That rhythm of the ocean is kind of like what feels right, what doesn't feel right, right? Your body, finding your heart's yes is going to be unique for each and every one of you. So, Jacqueline, yeah, where's your flow? What makes you excited? What lights your heart up? You know, there's all these external things out there. You know, I don't know about you, but I think I get an invitation. Okay, I probably get about 4 invitations a day to do an online training. And, you know, it is amazing all the things we can do online now. You know, you could study with people around the world, but at a certain point, there's a lot. And do you make a choice? You make a choice. Do you want to do all these things? Do you? I mean, some people do, and that's fantastic. But then maybe learn to censor what's really right for your heart. So you start with intention and say, do I want to do this? Or do I want to do that? And just see what your heart responds to. Yeah. So again, just take a moment for a second. Breath, belly, feet. Think about something that you love. Feel your heart kind of open and expand. And then again, think about something that you don't love or woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? What really allows you to expand, to come in, follow your heart's compass, and do your life. Yeah. And so when it's time to take these masks off and get out into the world again, you're not kind of blowing around by the excitement of everybody else. You can actually hold your center because you're connected in with your heart. So I'd like to thank you for watching. You're very welcome, Jacqueline. You're very welcome. If this is one tool for your heart, if you'd like to learn more tools for your heart, I offer a 21-day program called Tools for the Heart, and we start March 1st. So if you're interested, go over to DaminiCelebrity.com and check it out. All right, well, I hope that you have a really beautiful day, and I wish you a great heart guidance day. And if you're on the East Coast, stay warm. Thanks. Bye-bye.